What can we expect in the next 5 years of China? The fifth plenary session of the 19th Communist Party of China Central Committee had convened last month in Beijing, and the leadership introduced China's 14th five-year plan for the years 2021 to 2025. China's GDP growth. China's economy will remain strong and prosperous. You can expect to see an annual average growth rate of the country's gross domestic product of the nation to be at around 5% for the next 5 years ahead. In the year 2019, China's annual GDP growth rate was 6.1%. But this year the entire world has been challenged by the COVID-19 global pandemic. We should not expect very high GDP growth rate from China this year, but we should anticipate a rebound for the year ahead as the world starts to return to normal. Digital automation. The domestic manufacturing sector will continue to undergo a dramatic transformation as Chinese factories, warehouses and logistics services will enter the digital automation age. We will see 5G in the upcoming roll out of 6G telecom networks playing a crucial role in that process. 5G telecom networks will boost internet and Wi-Fi memory storage and speeds that can usher in major upgrades to Internet of Things, artificial technology, big data, robotics, self-autonomous vehicles, drones, video tracking and so much more. Shenzhen-based Huacorp is a key player to integrate 5G and 6G networks into Chinese factories and warehouses. The factory of the future will have robots working on assembly lines, while human laborers take charge by using remote control devices to control operations on factory floors and warehouses as they observe through real-time video surveillances. Higher domestic consumption. Chinese consumers in the services sector will become bigger components of the domestic economy as the country shifts to a greater reliance of consumption, imports, and foreign direct investments to drive up the nation's GDP annual growth rates. But there's more to the Chinese economy than its manufacturing sector. As the Chinese become more prosperous and more Chinese people enter the ranks of the middle class, they will be spending with greater enthusiasm. Retail sales will continue to go higher, especially in the aftermath of the coronavirus pandemic. The Chinese have returned back to work, to their schools and their normal routines. You will witness increasing consumption, and that in returns will boost imports in regard to China's cross-border trade figures. The Chinese government stands eager to raise domestic consumer spending levels among Chinese households for the next 5 years.